Thanksgiving week, we got Survivor Series on tap on Saturday. Got a great women's WarGames match. We got a great men's WarGame match. Stack card, a lot of titles on the line. We're here to get into it. This is Spandex Standups. All right, I'm joined by our special guest host filling in for Evan this week. We got Smirk TV. What's up, dude? How you doing, man?
Yes, sir. Drew, how you feeling?
Oh, man, I'm doing great, dude. I've been watching your Instagram clips today, man.
Thank you.
Cracking me up, dude. You got this. If you're a fan of sketches, like funny sketches, please go check it out, man.
Smirk TV.
There you go.
There it is.
Love it, man.
Thank you
We got
very much.
to do some shows together before, like so. I enjoy having you here, man.
Absolutely. I'm
Thanks
happy
for
to be
joining.
here, man. Happy to be here.
Before we get started, man, I've been the new Dark Side of the Ring season dropped on Hulu. It's been out for a little bit, but I don't have Vice TV, so I had to wait for it to come out a little bit. But the new season dropped, and I would just watch the Sensational Sherry episode.
Sensational. Sure, you're really throwing it back. I guess that's what Dark Side of the Ring is, though. But yeah.
She needs more flowers, man.
Does she?
We're stuck on Tammy Stitch back in the day, you know, Sunny.
Sunny, yeah, Sunny, yep.
And she's done nothing but hurt our trust.
She's that. What a cliff to fall off of is Sunny. I mean, and I think R.I.P. I don't want to speak too ill. She's passed.
No, she's in jail.
Is she just in jail?
She's just in jail.
Okay, well then, well then I don't feel near as bad. Then.
No, she just killed an old guy.
She killed an. Oh my god!
She drove into the back of this guy's car, and he passed.
I mean, we've all seen the mugshot that's gone viral of her like looking. It's like that can't be the Sunny we loved. You know what I mean? It's not the one on the network.
No, but it's the unfortunate one. So I'm just saying, Sensational Sherry. All she did was like every wrestler in the '80s got strung out on pills. You know what I mean? So like she didn't kill anybody. Yeah. You know, so she needs more flowers. You know. So
Sensational Sherry, we're taking Sunny off that Mount Rushmore of women's wrestlers, and we're replace. I'm with it.
I like
Sensational Sherry all the way.
Sherry. I think Alondra Blaze should be up.
Alondra Blaze is a legend. What about trying to think of Meyer growing up. What is it, Mickey James? I don't know.
Yeah,
she's pretty solid, right?
She was great, man. Because her and Molly Holly were really like in that era of bra and panties matches. They're like, no, we could go in the ring.
We can go, yeah.
Trish too. Trish never really got a lot of. I mean, her and Lita put on some bangers when they were actually able to wrestle. But
helped all of us get through puberty. She's incredible. Trish is incredible.
What a weird time. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay. So I'm just saying, like, wrestling lined up, like, when they weren't I was literally going through puberty watching this stuff on Monday Night Raw.
And see, I kind of catch the YouTube clips because when I was getting it, unfortunately, they went PG on me. So, you know, John Cena's writing JBL is poopy on a
Sometimes I had to have Monday Night Raw and like a baseball game on like the Quick channel. Like my mom would she knew I was a wrestling fan. She was all on board with it. But if she would have come in during some of those matches, I don't think I'd be watching a lot of wrestling.
So you were like, what, like 10, 11, Attitude Era time?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I was born in 85. So Attitude Era started in 97. So I was 12.
So when you were like
perfect time.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I could not have planned it better.
South Park, Attitude Era.
The late '90s were the best time to be alive, and it was the most. I was a teenager, so it was literally the best time.
You kind of lived it up, yeah. That probably I missed the golden age by about a decade. That is true.
If you're about to turn 40, man, you grew up in the perfect time.
I'll give you that. Hell yeah.
Let's get into some news up top. We talked about it before we came on air. Saturday night's main event. They let us know December 14th, Long Island, New York, Peacock and NBC. We get Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the belt.
What a promo on SmackDown. That's the Cody I want to see.
Yes.
Not crying about his dad every other week. That is the Cody Rhodes I want to see every week.
Move on from the story. You finish the story. I saw a meme today that KO pissed off Cody so bad he stopped wearing suits.
Yes, that was a nice touch. We got to talk about Paul Heyman's suit later.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yes, I'm so glad you picked up on that. There we go.
But yeah, man, I'm really excited for this match. I think Punk and Drew might have WWE's match of the year on lock, possibly. But I think Cody and Kevin Owens. I thought Cody and Gunther was going to be a little It was good, but I kept waiting them to get to that gear.
I agree with you.
And it never got there.
You kept wanting more, you know?
Yeah.
And they saved it with the respect thing at the end, and I'm liking the added layer of Gunther being unsure of himself, but I completely agree with you. And I get it. We're geared for more Gunther Cody matchups down the line. Of course. Don't give it all away.
Yeah.
But it could have been. It was not. It was a great main event for Raw worthy.
Give me 3 minutes of y'all going nuts. Just 3. Like, just give us a tease.
Cody's chest wasn't lit up enough. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Yep. I agree.
The ladies are getting an IC title. We found out on Raw. The tournament starts next week, I guess. They're pretty vague about it. The rumor was floating around they were going to hold full-on wait till they went to Netflix. But it looks like if they line it up right, they could do the final the first night of Netflix. Crown that women's IC champion for the first time on Netflix.
So you like the idea of just automatically getting a US and an IC, or do you think it's a little overdone? You like it?
I like it.
Okay.
The women's mid card.
Now.
I wouldn't be upset if the tag titles went away.
See, that's what I'm saying. Or maybe get one of them to NXT.
Yeah.
Maybe give one of those.
Or actually do the tag titles to where you're supposed to jump over all brands. Like, I get it. They're kind of handcuffed right now because Jade is dealing with a legitimate injury that they had to write her off. What a great way to write her off, because now it's a whodunit. Now we get to find out who did it, because they can go 17 different ways with this.
And that's the genius with Triple H and his long-term book. He's got that storytelling mindset. Yeah.
He's thinking 17 steps ahead.
Instead of a lunatic 82-year-old. It's like,
I got an idea.
Let's give The Miz the title this week. Like,
you wrote the whole script, chunk it.
I mean, and how aggravating that has to be as a writer. Like, because we write, we're technically right. I mean,
can you imagine right before you go on stage, someone comes to you and be like, oh, is that your set list? Throw it away. Here's what you're doing.
And you wonder why people were just out there looking like, saying suffering succotash. You know what I mean? Like this, shout out Roman Reigns. But,
right?
Yeah. Because, I mean, he was I didn't like, because when he was coming up, when I was like, kind of late high school, going out of high school, and I'm like, this isn't the biggest dork wearing the big like vest and with the age I was, but I mean, when turnaround, he's a legend.
They were trying to play John Cena dress up, and we didn't want it.
We did not need that.
No.
Cody Rhodes is kind of handling that now, and that's the right person to do it.
Isn't it so funny that they wanted Roman to be Cena, but all they needed to do was just make him The Rock?
Literally.
They just did the Rock blueprint. Oh, he's not getting over. Make him the biggest heel in the company then.
And I feel like Paul Heyman had a lot to do with some of that creative.
Sure.
Especially,
I'm glad they're finally listening to him.
Yeah.
McMahon wouldn't. I mean, he wouldn't listen to anybody, but he especially wouldn't listen to Heyman. He could never look past ECW for Heyman.
Yeah.
So when Heyman came in with that fire,
you weren't made here. You weren't made in our house, so you don't matter. Like,
you're not one of my guys.
Yeah.
So why am I listening to you? You almost made legit competition. Why am I going to listen to you?
Yeah, you're the enemy forever. Yeah.
But writing the storylines were never ECW's problem. It was always money. So if Vince got the money, then listen to the man with the storylines.
Mm-hmm. It was only that easy.
Right. Next week, we get 10-year celebration of New Day, but question mark, I guess, since they got real with each other there, didn't they?
That was crazy last night. I mean, that was, again, I'd like to see a little bit more. I mean, obviously, it's not Kofi's gimmick, but a little bit of that, like in his, instead of just happy-go-lucky throwing pancakes, like.
We almost saw it with Randy Orton. Randy pulled that out of him. When he bashed Randy's car, I think it was like 2009. Yeah.
That was when I was like, that was my era.
That was when you got into it.
I remember that, yeah.
I was like, yes.
Yeah.
But then they're like,
there goes that Vince.
And New Day was supposed to be a little more sinister to begin with. Mm-hmm. And they realized, well, we got lightning in a bottle. Let's make them baby faces.
Because they were heels. I remember when they came to Nashville around like 2015, and I was like one of the only people cheering because I love that gimmick. Like at like 18, 19, I'm like, these guys are all, they're
dude.
A breath of fresh air.
Yes.
They're saying the Titans suck. I'm like, we sure do. I'm like, I'm all into it.
Truth.
Yep. They're speaking facts. Yeah.
I love New Day from the get-go, man, because to me, I saw through it because I loved when Big E was with Dolph. I didn't think that really got the legs it deserved. Because they just didn't care about Dolph. They just
didn't care.
They just did not care about it.
It was so over.
So you mean to tell me Kofi, who has been vastly underutilized, Big E, who just needs the right group, and then Xavier Woods, who I knew as Constance Creed from TNA. Mm-hmm. So they put those together, and then you want me to hate them? No. I was cheering with it from day one. So,
Yep.
That's awesome to hear you're doing the same.
Is Big E coming back?
He's got to. You can't do a 10-year.
Come on. Yeah.
without him. So I can't wait to hear him. I think they had to have the little blow up last night
To get
so
him.
Big E can be like, "What are y'all doing?"
Right.
I still think it's going to blow up, but I think it's going to get detoured a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
So yeah, Jade's written off TV. She will be out approximately about 3 months. Didn't hear what her legitimate injury was, but the fake injury list they put out for her
Was crazy. It was wild. A torn meniscus, a broken neck, a broken
lacerations to the face.
Yeah, lacerations.
I just love when they make it super technical. It's like they cut up her lacerations to the face.
Yeah, someone got paid to do that. Make this sound as professional and gruesome as possible.
Michael Hayes returns to his producer role. He was out for some medical stuff. They keep that tight lip, so he's back.
Did you see their video of CM Punk backstage, like coming back? Everybody, the tension
I'm so glad they released that.
Bruh, Michael Hayes and William Regal, they were not fucking with him at all.
No.
William Regal and Michael Hayes, you see when CM Punk accidentally bumped him? He was like, oh, excuse me. I was like, yo.
They were scared he was bringing that. Because it's the same, you hear all these stories.
Yeah.
You don't know what's real.
I don't know.
And instead of giving the guy benefit of the doubt, you go ahead and believe what you're hearing. And they all thought he was going to be a ticking time bomb backstage. Yeah. You see Randy Orton. I love the Randy Orton with the, you couldn't let me have 10 minutes.
10 minutes, because it was the same night. That was wild.
And R-Truth came back that night too.
Yeah.
3 returns.
That's the one we were all thinking of.
Oh, that's the one I wanted back.
Yeah. Did you go to the Raw in Nashville?
I still love watching it from my couch, man. Yeah. Still a big fan. Like I got to go to Over the Limit 2012. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan. Ooh. That was the last pay-per-view I got to go to. But I've been to a couple house shows. I got to go to one in Fayetteville, and it was a way better than it should have been house show. But I hadn't gone to any of the ones here. But Michael Hayes returns to his producer role. Good to see that he's back. Kevin Owens getting high praise for that promo. So I'm glad you brought that up top. People backstage loved it. Good. I hope he takes a belt off Cody.
Me too. Yeah, me too. Me too. That's all.
He's had it since WrestleMania.
And then Sammy take it off him at WrestleMania and we give Sammy that world title.
Bro, I wasn't even thinking that, but now I want that to happen.
Aren't we waiting on KO to crash that? Because he's going to crash out on Sammy for teaming with the...
Right.
We're holding that off. Do the Cody feud, Rumble time, build a Mania.
I hope this brings Kevin and Seth back together too. Because I saw that meme today. They were like the only two that stood by their word that didn't go back on the bloodline. Because Seth was like, nah. Because I thought Seth was going to eventually get broken down and he was going to be the 5th member. All of a sudden, CM Punk comes out of here. You're like,
another what? Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. Paul Heyman, Wise Man comes out. Pretty peculiar suit my man was wearing. I feel like we've seen it before.
Solo Sikoa.
That's it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the new tribal chief, right?
Yeah.
So what's happening here, man? What's going on? You tell me, Drew.
So I like it that Solo was like, you don't have your Wise Man. And then all of a sudden the Wise Man comes out wearing Solo's gear, basically. Like it would have been a nice touch. You know, I'm back not wearing my normal suit, but it was a flower. You know what I mean? I was like, you wouldn't have put the flower in there if it wasn't on purpose. And like you said, Triple H, great storytelling.
He's giving us those little hints. Oh, yeah.
So it's not just coincidence. It's on purpose. So
for sure.
But the great thing now that they've added CM Punk is I feel like Heyman's going to turn on Roman. But how does it happen now?
Exactly.
Like, does he pick Solo? Do they defeat Solo's team and then CM Punk turns on him and then Heyman goes with, like, there's so many layers to this.
This ending of this show I think it's going to have a lot of bells and whistles.
The Rock's got to come out. So, like, he's got to be behind this.
Movie, so we're going to see him back playing.
He's got to make some money back because that red one was
doing God knows what with Santa Claus. This is,
me and my wife saw the previews for that and we're like, what?
Yeah, so you're the final boss, right?
He's trying to re-up trying to make right the Tooth Fairy movie.
Yeah,
strike it out again.
Game plan, Tooth Fairy. He had a rough first 5 years, and then became the biggest actor in Hollywood for a little bit. But
Triple H puts down a blank piece of paper in front of you.
Yeah,
tells you right the ending of that match. Men's WarGames. Who turns on who? Who comes out? What would make your heart happy walking away from the pay-per-view being like, I'm glad that happened?
I really feel like CM Punk doesn't need to be involved in. I don't think they really need. I feel like let's let him do something else cool. Let's give us another big thing with whatever CM Punk does. So find a way for him to kind of just get it. Maybe they win, he leaves. So he said, okay, yeah, y'all, I'm out of here. Then if you smell what The Rock is cooking hits.
Gotta have that hit.
And then he's pulling the string. Paul Heyman is now getting the biggest money because Paul Heyman's just a whore. Like he'll go for whoever is the.
He had the Roman phone and the Rock phone. Remember when he was on both?
Yes. So he's paying me more money. Whatever he wants to do. The Rock is really pulling the strings, and they turn on. And then Roman and I guess Jay, Jimmy, and Sammy are just laid out. They're in the. That's one way to do it, but if you want to keep, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's so much you can do.
That's the best part. There's so many layers. It's not.
It's not
because you got not because obviously we know what's going to happen, but how is it going to happen?
How's it going to get there?
What's the repercussions of it? Because like you said, Sammy and KO got to have something go on there. And then after WarGames, you signed up to fight for your team, and then just does Bronson stay with the Bloodline? What does Sammy do?
Look,
I love it. He looks like the missing cousin.
Because I think this real Bloodline is going to end up being Jacob Fatu as Solo. Solo kind of is going to get out of this somehow. Maybe even go back to the turn face and go.
Because that's his blood family.
Correct. And you got Jacob Fatu, the two freaking crazy beasts. I'm not,
I can't wait to see them just unleash Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu's the biggest, to me, the best out of all the newer ones.
No doubt.
Because
the Tongas suck.
And Solo just doesn't really do it for me. He's showing more personality.
Way better than he was.
Yes.
Way better. Leaps and bounds. But I agree. I agree with you.
But he just, how they're trying to portray, it's like, man, you got Jacob Fatu, so here's the real deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
He was so good. He brought me over to MLW. Like I don't,
really?
I watched MLW to watch that. Yeah, like I don't. It takes a big I watched Ring of Honor when it was the Bullet Club, like 2016. It takes a big storyline for me to get it. I don't even watch AEW now. I watch WWE, but if every now and then a wrestler or a storyline will because for the show I spend countless hours on dirt sheets doing research, looking up stuff, storylines, all that stuff. So something will grab my attention and I'll tune in. Like that's the best thing is we got so many YouTube. You can watch clips on YouTube. Like so many many indies have random TV deals that we don't even know about that you see at 1 o'clock in the morning.
CW30 at 3 a.m.
Yes, man. So I love Ring of Honor used to be on CW at 1 a.m. and it was the Young Bucks and Cody and Kenny and all these guys. So every now and then,
just a random throw. Kenny's so
he could single-handedly save AEW.
He could.
But I don't know if they'll give him the storyline.
I know this is a WWE podcast. Love WWE. But I also, and I think that's okay, I like
wrestling.
AEW. I want AEW to succeed.
I want a reason to get back into AEW.
Yeah. To me,
this didn't end up, we didn't set out for this to be a WWE podcast. It's just they had the best story. We literally started this podcast the week after the WrestleMania 40 press conference.
Oh, man.
So you see how we kind of had to WWE it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll say this. Their pay-per-views to me still top-notch, like in-ring style. But if you want to fight, if you're really a storyline guy and all that, it might not be the biggest.
See, I'm a storyline guy. I love the matches. Love the matches. Yeah. But I want a 5-star story more than I want a 5-star match.
Will Ospreay and Takesha's nice, but how did we it's just a random throw.
What gets me in AEW is they have a pretty good build-up storyline.
Yeah.
They do good at telling me the why.
Okay.
And then they get in the ring and, man, they deliver.
Yeah.
And then the next week, they don't even talk about it.
I will say the Hangman and Swerve build-up I thought was great.
Amazing.
There you go. Yeah.
And then you shoved a needle through Swerve's face.
Yeah.
And then
and that's
you didn't talk about it anymore.
And then and now you're fighting no shots to Jay White, but he's never been my favorite. And now
they haven't done enough to build him up. He could be your favorite.
He's got
New Japan, if they would have done the same things they did with and they were on the way giving him Crazy Juice Robinson and the Bang Bang Club.
Juice
I
a hell
love
of a
that
personality,
I love the Guns.
Yeah, the Guns are great. I wouldn't mess with them at
They're
first.
fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
They're everything we loved about the New Age Outlaws.
They got it. Yeah.
They're a throwback to the corniness of the Attitude Era that just got over it. Because if you break down Road Dogg's intro, it's cheesy as all get out.
Of course it is. A lot of stuff from that time.
But it worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
In that arena, it was the best. But
Yeah.
that's yeah.
But no, we are a WWE podcast by default.
Yeah.
I want a reason to get into the others.
There you go. That's fair. That's completely fair.
I hope they do something with the House of Black. Like, I love Malachi.
I love Malachi.
They just haven't found that storyline that elevates everybody yet.
Yeah, I know. And there's rumors. He kind of put that to bed.
He's like, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I want to be here, and I'm not hurt either. Quit saying that.
Quit saying it. Me and my wife are good. Yes, we can work for 2 different companies.
Yeah.
Well, continuing on SmackDown, we got Chelsea Green advancing in the U.S. title tournament.
Chelsea Green.
I hope she wins it.
Me too. She deserves it. She's the best personality probably in the roster right now. Personality.
That spot she took at Money in the Bank was top notch.
And the dumpster spot.
The dumpster match, like, run it back with Chelsea Green and Michin in the finals. Like,
Michin is so underrated.
So, spoiler alert, they pre-tape since it's Thanksgiving. They pre-tape
ahead.
some stuff. Michin advances this week. So the final 4.
Good.
I mean, obviously, we still got to have the Tiffy, Naomi, and Electra Lopez match.
Yeah.
That's the final triple
Let's
threat.
go Tiffy.
I would, but so far we got Bailey versus Chelsea Green, and then Michin versus the winner of that.
Bailey versus Chelsea Green is tough.
Right?
I would personally like Chelsea Green, but I just don't think Triple H might.
Same.
Yeah.
I think they're gearing towards the Naomi Bailey final.
Okay.
Because they're building up. Because, I mean, what if Bailey was the one that pushed Jade?
I think it's early prediction Naomi.
I would love to see her heel turn.
Yeah, I think early prediction Naomi.
That would be great. Bailey wins over Bianca, like, because you saw Bailey helped her with the Nia match.
And you peeped last night on Raw too, just the subtle like her Bianca's like, he believed Jade, and she kind of Naomi threw in the little but we can't worry about that right now. We got to get to the
good eye.
We got to get
catch.
to. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So yeah, I think they're building up a Bailey. I would love Bailey Naomi, and it's Naomi's heel turn.
Yeah,
because you just turn Bailey face. No reason to turn her heel again. Because I was thinking about it too. No, like, there's got to be some swerve.
Bailey's the legend now that we just are probably gonna just always cheer. You can't really.
You can't pull against her. We didn't believe her with Damage Control.
And Naomi's done nothing as a face since the Royal Rumble.
We need that, and I think with a refreshed heel turn will be a refreshed push as well.
Absolutely.
And she did great things in TNA, and I want to see her get a title run, at least the U.S. title. But Chelsea Green's winning that thing.
Yeah, let's hope so.
How you liking this new Shinsuke Nakamura? Is he believable at all?
I'm so over Shinsuke. I don't ever want to see Shinsuke on my television again, man. Never want to see it again.
They have done nothing but bury that dude.
I mean, ever since that WrestleMania match with AJ Styles, you want to talk about, we talked about Gunther Cody earlier, that was still not near. I mean, talk about didn't get I mean, I don't even think the match started.
Complete letdown. And then not only did that happen, they gave us the match 22 other times after that.
Yeah. And
they feuded that whole year.
Yeah.
I hear you on that one.
Shinsuke, shout out to you. You're a legend. You were that Sami Zayn Shinsuke match from NXT TakeOver where he debuted, one of the best WWE matches I'd seen in a while at that time. And but ever since then, I feel like I've never seen that from you again. You gave us night one, you got your bag, and
there's 2 wrestlers that were studs on the NXT roster and did nothing on the main roster, but have somehow stayed.
Yeah.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
What's the other one?
Bobby Roode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He a producer now, right?
Yeah. He finally had enough injuries where he's like, I'm done. Because all those years in TNA, man, you saw what it did to Kurt Angle. I can't imagine what it did to all the other wrestlers. You know, TNA was crazy.
When he got to NXT, though, wasn't he like already 45?
Yeah, he's pretty. But that glorious gimmick was so over. I loved it.
I did too.
I still have that. Like, I still do the thing every now and then, like, glorious.
Do you think it was one of those cases, though, where the song and the entrance might have been better than the actual wrestler at the
Unfortunately, for both of them. Shinsuke and Bobby Roode.
Perfect point. Yeah.
NXT was great about those packaging in Full Sail Arena, but then it didn't translate. Because I remember even the first time I saw Bobby Roode's intro on, like, a regular SmackDown, I was like...
It didn't hit the same. Still good.
Ugh.
Yeah, in NXT, I thought Finn Balor Demon was going to be the next John Cena. I thought he was it, bro.
I thought they were going to let him have a WrestleMania streak like The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Like, I thought this was all... Him and Bray Wyatt were going to feud forever.
Yes, yeah.
None of the such. Ciampa's losing it.
I love that.
I need Blackheart Ciampa back.
But I want them both heel. I want to heel DIY. You got the machine gun. I feel like it's not going to be a breakup because we've seen that movie. It's going to be Johnny's going to eventually be like, you know what, you're right.
And they
agree.
just gave us a little bit of this with what they did with his wife, Candace and Indy.
Yep.
You know, Candace turned heel and then brought Indy with her. She was reluctant. I could see that. Because my favorite Johnny Gargano is still The Way. Johnny Gargano. When he had Austin Theory being an idiot. I thought that was
the best
great.
Austin Theory's ever been. The best Austin Theory's ever been. Yeah, it's just that goofy comedy. Yeah.
I needed them to get back to that. Austin. I thought they were going to split up him and Grayson Waller, and we were going to get that goofy baby face Austin Theory.
Yeah. Like Austin Theory could be what Riddle kind of was.
Yes.
Kind of. I mean, Riddle was a whole extreme, you know. But you
Forgetting
get what I
lines.
mean? Yeah, like, yeah, he's...
Found it out that, because I mean, I'm a stoner bro. He was
too. Me
he was
too.
supposed to appeal to me.
Me too.
Hated his guts.
And he did for a second. I think because I was a little younger. Like when he first got there, I was like, oh, this dude's the coolest.
I hated him immediately. Kind of liked him. Kind of liked him in RK Bro.
Of course.
Out of how much he just
brought
annoyed
back
Randy.
from the dead.
Yeah, yes.
Because Randy was mailing it in for a good 5 years, I think, up until then.
I just, as a stoner bro, hate when society or a company or whatever gives us a
90s
stereotypical stoner
high
bro.
school movie trope.
Yeah, and they're like, you don't relate? I'm like, come on. Bro.
That's not how,
This isn't real life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we get a nice little DIY Street Profits Motor City Machine Gun. Give me a ladder match.
Give me a ladder match at Mania and give them 20.
Yes.
Give them 20, yeah.
Ford pinned Ciampa. So they gave him a nice little singles win on SmackDown.
Yeah, Montez Ford, yeah. Montez Ford, to me, could be a single star.
I think so. To me, the only thing keeping me from wanting them to pull that trigger is I just still don't feel like Street Profits reached their potential. It's like I would love to see. Yeah, I know. Like it's one of those things where you're like, I don't know if I'm going to get what I'm wanting here, but I'm still kind of holding out hope. You know what I mean? Like I would love for the Street Profits during all of this to get a little run with the belts, and then Montez turn on Dawkins.
Yeah, but if you partner with Bobby Lashley, you still can't figure it out. What we doing here?
Yeah.
That's my thing with them. Like Triple H, what's the beef? What did Montez say to you backstage one day? What happened?
You had a chance to recreate the Hurt Business, and almost like nothing against Cedric and Sheldon, but an even better version of the Hurt Business, and they dropped the ball immediately because none of them, like, they didn't let Ford talk.
Yeah.
And he's the only one in that group that can talk.
And he can talk better than a lot of that roster that gets promo time that he should probably
They
get.
should have gave him a microphone and had Dawkins and Bobby stand behind him and just let him go.
Yeah, give him the main slot. Let Bobby almost be the Batista of this evolution. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine the tag team of Dawkins and Bobby?
Dawkins, yeah.
And then let Montez Ford go on like a U.S. title run?
That's genius. But, you know, so, I mean, TKO's
our writer's room.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Like we said, that Kevin Cody promo, love that. I like Cody got in Carmelo Hayes' face afterwards.
Right. I mean, that's what you want your baby face to be, not like a little crybaby. Yes, that's what you want.
That fire, we finally get that fire in Cody. Like,
yeah.
We're finally getting that when he took his shirt off and had the bruised whole bicep from Hell in a Cell, Cody.
That since, really. We're getting a real American Nightmare.
Yes, man. Yeah, exactly. You can't be John Cena, loyal, hustle, respect, and be called the American Nightmare.
No.
With a neck tattoo.
And you look just like Homelander.
I love that they keep making those comparisons.
And he knows it. He's got he's living it now. He's smart with it.
I think that's why he's wearing the athletic leisure wear, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Leaning into it. So yeah, over on Raw, Gable helps the Creed brothers beat Ray and Dragon Lee. I like that we got Americans versus the Latinos and the Americans.
Triple H likes his groups. He likes segregation, I think.
And I love groups.
Yeah.
I love factions. Give me a faction all day. That's the only thing I felt like AEW got right early on is everyone kind of grouped off.
Yeah, everybody had a
I like that Japan feel about it, you know?
Yeah. I feel like, though, Gable, this is supposed to be like kind of his breakout year, man. I feel like Gable's so good. And he can talk. He's proven he can talk. Babyface or heel. What are we doing? What are we doing?
You fed them to the Wyatt Six.
Oh, my God.
And you're feeding them to a group that shouldn't even exist anymore. The LWO should not be around.
Who cares?
Okay,
I
let
like
Dragon Lee go off. Yes, let Dragon Lee go off. Let Ray be the legend that he is. The tag team needs to go back to NXT.
We don't need to see Ray, but like every few months. We don't need Ray as a character on. He should be like an Undertaker figure. Like
I'd even be okay if he came out with Dragon Lee and just be in Dragon Lee's corner.
Yeah.
If you wanted to have Dragon Lee, Ray, and Zelina kind of hang out, cool, but just get rid of the LWO stuff. It was a mock of a group when it first started.
Yeah.
And they've done nothing to elevate it since.
Because, I mean, now Santos Escobar is like the penguin from Toy Story. He's coughing on the shelf. He's really dusty. You know, like, I'm sorry. And he's not getting any younger.
Another guy that killed it. Another guy that killed it in the NXT. Did you see that clip of Sheamus?
What he said? Which one?
He's floating around in the crowd, and he's like, "Man, I'm tired." I'm like, "You're killing it, man." He's like, "Should I quit?" And everyone's like, "Hell no."
I didn't see that, man.
But he's so tired. He's like, "Should I quit?"
Sheamus putting on some of the best matches of his career.
I was about to say, man, he interfered in the Ludwig and Braun IC match, so now we get the triple threat: Sheamus, Ludwig, and Braun.
Second most anticipated match for me on that whole show.
I like what they're doing with Ludwig.
Yeah, and it might be the best actual in-ring match of the entire. Because
I agree.
Bloodline's going to be a whole lot of fun, but it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
It's going to be a spot fest.
It's Transformers.
Every WarGames is a spot fest.
Yeah.
The women's too. You know, Io's going to jump off something. Bianca's going to put somebody through something. It's going to be
Io might be the best women's wrestler going right now.
I'm so glad you said that because I said that a few weeks ago. I said, mark my words, Io is their best in-ring performer right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But yeah, who comes out with the IC title? You think Braun, this is just a big thing for Braun?
Please let Braun retain. You cut him off. I think you realize, okay, let's not cut his legs up, give him the title again. Yeah, no, Braun should keep that title like a Gunther run. I think I am all in on. Give me the Braun, damn, now I don't even know his name. Braun Breaker.
Oh, Braun Breaker, yeah.
Yeah, give me the Braun Breaker.
Well, it's hard, Braun, and then Brock Lesnar, and then Bronson Reed. Yeah, there's too many.
Yeah.
Like you had to change Adam Cole's name because of Michael Cole, but you got all these bronze rolling around. Like, come on, dude.
They're about to. He was going to basically be what LA Knight was.
Yeah. I would love for Breaker to go and keep the title till Mania, lose it in a great match at Mania, and then get bumped to the main event scene.
Yep.
Or even if you want to push it to SummerSlam.
Who does he drop the title to?
That's a very good question. I
would have loved if Ilya Dragunov wouldn't have got hurt.
I think he's going to come back and take it. I wouldn't mind if Braun kept it till then. And then Ilya shows up, you're like, oh.
He's so good.
Yeah. I wonder how far he is from coming back. I know he had a pretty bad injury, so who knows, man.
Yeah.
How you liking, there's no leaders in Judgment Day, but Finn's kind of being like, I'm the leader in Judgment Day.
Call me, I don't know if this is unpopular opinion in 2024. I'm big on Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
I really like him. He was my favorite NXT guy. He's the reason I started watching Black and Gold. And I was ready for that man to take over the company. I think that's why I was so sour on Roman Reigns when I was younger, because I'm like, this is the guy, but you got this guy.
Same. That's why it took me a while to come across Seth.
Yeah.
In my mind, I was like, Seth ruined this dude.
Yeah, and Finn's, but it was the injury, wasn't it? Because he won the title, and then it's like Vince McMahon wrote it in the sky. Like,
yeah, he's like, all right,
put a potion on it.
I gave these fools what they wanted. Now get him hurt.
Immediately. Now let's get Braun Strowman.
Because I was blown away that they gave him the first Universal Championship. I was like,
there's no way this is going to happen.
But when you think about it, like, I know his run in WWE hasn't been the best. Judgment Day's been good for him.
Yeah.
He's responsible for one of the biggest groups in wrestling history.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he is the reason we got Bullet Club.
Yeah.
And so I feel like the wrestling world gives Finn his flowers. I'm just ready to see the WWE
casuals
give him his fat.
Yeah.
Because they're building something up here with this Judgment Day.
I feel like we're going to get, because, I mean, talk about a guy that's not getting any younger. He's late 40s, I think.
Yeah.
He needs that one run and at least give him the Raw World title. Maybe not the big one on Smack, because that's clearly the one they covet more. You know, the Cody title and Roman title. Yeah. But he needs a run with it. Give him 3-4 months.
I think that's why they're so scared to take it off Cody, is they had Roman have it for so long, they don't want it to be hot potato now.
Yeah.
But we kind of want it to be like, you had 1,200 days.
Yeah.
But 3 months is a solid run if done right. So move it along.
We're used to Vince McMahon saying, you know what, we're going to give it to Karrion Kross. That never, but you know what I mean?
I would love for him to give Karrion Kross a run.
People you would never think,
Well, Karrion Kross, they had a nice little Miz segment. Nikki attacked Scarlett, bringing the ladies in.
Oh, yeah, with that little mirror. Yeah.
I like Nikki Cross. I like Scarlett. I want to see them actually get some time.
I feel like Nikki Cross, any role they've given her, she's knocked it out the park, no matter what it is.
And they still bury her. Because there's no way that superhero mess should have worked, and it did.
She got over.
Yeah.
How did she get that over?
She was the best part of Sanity.
Yeah, of course.
She shined in that friendship with Alexa Bliss.
She did, man. You're pulling stuff out I forgot even existed. She sure did.
She's like you said, she's crushed
kills
everything. Yeah, man. So I'm excited to see. Me and Evan talked about this last week. There's a way, and I'm very. I think Triple H is very capable of it. There is a way for the Wyatt Six and the Final Testament to both come out of this feud shining.
I feel like, the match that we were supposed to get last year between, what was it, Bobby Lashley and the Final Testament, and that kind of just, I think Bobby was clocked out, and the Final Testament really wasn't sure what was happening. And
that feud hurt both of them instead of shining.
But I agree.
Was it the Pride? What a terrible name.
Was it the Pride?
That's what they called him. That's what they called Lashley and the Street Profits. Yeah. Pride. Like, because I guess they were trying to be like, Lashley's a lion. It's pride. Man.
That's some Vince McMahon ass shit right there.
The Pro, we're going to call him the Pro.
He's a lion. Damn it. Yeah.
And we could both see him doing that crap.
Man. He'd want him to growl. Yeah. He'd want him to growl
Bobby,
in the promo.
Bobby, give me a growl. Yeah. I'm not doing that, Vince.
I'm going to go talk to Tony Khan, actually.
You know that faction that you ruined here? We're going to do it the right way.
Right.
That's the only thing I am holding out hope is it does look like they're doing the Hurt Business right because they got a nice. That's the only thing I'm kind of keeping an eye on is Swerve Bobby Lashley feud in AEW.
So good.
Love Swerve. He's my favorite non WWE wrestler right now.
It's him and Cody's wrestlers this year. Swerve and Cody, I think. Yeah.
He elevated. He's the first one in a while to elevate that AEW title. Mm-hmm. When he wore it, you look like, oh, that's the champ. That's the world champ.
This match is important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people before that are like, I don't believe him as champion.
Love Samoa Joe, but it's 2024. What are we doing here?
Yeah. And that's what I'm worried about. A lot of these aging WWE stars. Mm-hmm. You know, we're about to get the end run of Cena, AJ Styles, Goldberg.
You've seen all the belts. No.
Brock will have another run at some point.
I think they'll
they're
starting to mention him. Yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
So we're about to get the end runs of a lot of these guys.
The whole 2002 OVW class.
Yeah. You can't give them all the pit. Because unfortunately, Samoa Joe, we loved him, but we all looked at that as a pity run. Like, he's almost done. Here's his eye.
Somebody's throwing him the bone and he never got,
And it took away from it a little bit. And I just hope they don't start firing off. Like, I know the rumor is they want Cena to break Flair's record, which I'm okay with.
Yeah. He's probably beating Gunther. At WrestleMania.
I'm cool with that.
I'm not mad either.
Yeah. So I just hope they don't start firing off. I don't want a long AJ Styles run just because I want it to make sense.
How about that though? Hey, I thought, and he was ready to come back to cook. And
dude.
Goodness, I was hoping so bad that was a work, but
it was not.
It was not.
Well, that's it for our weekly roundup, sponsored by Project Nerd. So check out their stuff.